Yes guys, good evening to all. This evening I will do a video of the Warrens area. Once again, I'm in the Eden Lodge Hill area. This is the Lodge Hill, St. Michael, which is a part of the Warrens business and commercial area, which is a city away from the city. So this is the Lodge Hill area, which is a housing a neighborhood in the Warrens area. So I'm now going to head towards the government offices, which is in the Warrens area. Looking back towards Eden Lodge. And this is the government offices where the unemployment bureau is. This will take you back to Lodge Hill and back to Lodge Terrace and back to the western end of the Warrens area. Yes guys, Warrens is known as a city away from the city. An area here in Barbados known as the city away from the city. We are looking towards PriceSmart. Our PriceSmart here in Barbados is situated in the Warrens area. And we are looking across the Lodge Hill, where the Manor Lodge complex is, and we'll take you back to Friendship, and so on. Come back at Lodge Hill, and you can see this the Chaffette Towers, which is in the Warrens area, to the western end of the Warrens area. The Chaffette Towers, and you can see the unemployment bureau and the government offices. So most of the government offices are moving out of town. They started moving out of town sometime between the 90s, some of them in the 90s and the 2000s. Into the 2000s, they started moving out of the Warrens area. Straight ahead is the Manor Lodge complex at Lodge Hill, and this is PriceSmart. Our PriceSmart here in Barbados is situated in the Warrens area, and down here will be Green Hill. This is PriceSmart here. This is the back of PriceSmart. And the government offices over here where you can get your ID. The unemployment bureau is in here, and also the place where you get your ID card, your picture for your ID card, and the national insurance part of it is also in here. So Warrens is on the border of St. Thomas and St. Michael, and it is in the center of the island as well. And it's also known as the main hub for business here in Barbados. So this is our PriceSmart building over here. Back of PriceSmart. And this is the government offices over here. The building which Barak built, Grace and Trinidad. He built it for the government some years ago. So Warrens is known as a city away from the city. And this is the Massey Dorm Mall behind here. And the same Warrens government office. This way will take you back to the Warrens body roundabout and to the front of the Dorm Mall. And this is the Massey Dorm Mall here, which was once owned by BS&T, where the BS&T Motors used to be. This is the Dorm Annex, where Burger King restaurant is. And this is the Massey Dorm Mall, which was Barbados Shipping and Trading, BS&T. Their office used to be in here, and the Warrens Motors and the Galaxy Motors used to be in here before. Warrens Motors was joined from Warrens Motors joined with Fort Royal Garage in 1999. When Fort Royal Garage moved out of St. Michael's Road in Bridgetown, they moved up here at the Dorm Mall complex in 1999. Fort Royal was the agents for Mitsubishi vehicles, and then they moved to Massey Dorm complex, and then Simpson Motors later take over the Mitsubishi vehicles. This is all the same government towers here, where the unemployment bureau is. And this is the Massey supermarket, which was once Supercenter supermarket. And you can see the Williams Towers, which is head office for Digicel here in Barbados. It was once ASH&B Hardware. ASH&B Hardware is still in there, but Digicel head office is now in there. Williams Towers, named after Cole Williams' brother, Ralph Busy Williams. All the Warrens Towers here, all the government buildings, sorry. So once upon a time, the Warrens area was mainly used for agriculture. Now it is a business and commercial area. This is the Massey supermarket, which was once Supercenter supermarket, which moved here in 2002. Seeing Warrens Towers. Now upcoming the Republic Bank head office, which, well, it is, well, as I said, it is the new Republic Bank, the new outlet here in Warrens. And this is the Cgi Towers, with a bunch of Scotiabank in it. And again, this is the Massey Supercenter supermarket, which also has a number of other stores in there. Looking back at the Massey Dorm Mall. So Massey mostly owns the whole of the Warrens area. The Dorm Mall, the Massey stores, and other businesses in the Warrens area. So this is the Republic Bank building. So the Warrens area, as I said before, started to develop sometime in the mid-90s into the 2000s. This is the Massey, this is the Cgi Towers, which Scotiabank is. There's a branch of Scotiabank in there. Cgi stands for Consumer Guarantee Insurance. And this is the Baobab Towers, the western end of the Baobab Towers. This section leads back to the University of the West Indies at Chaffette campus. Cgi Towers. And this is Kentucky Restaurant, Kentucky Warrens. All the Warrens area. So as I said before, Warrens was a mainly agricultural area before. All the Cgi Towers here, until it started to develop into a business hub in the 90s. Cgi car park and Kentucky Restaurant again. Kentucky moved to Warrens in 2009. Cgi moved to Warrens, I think, between either 2009 or 10. And this is the Saul gas station over here, which was once Shell gas station. The Saul gas station moved to Warrens. It opened in Warrens in 1991. That was long before the area started to develop into a business area. And this is Chaffette Restaurant, which is exclusive to Barbados. Chaffette was opened in Warrens on the 12th of December 1996. And that was also open before Warrens was a business area. And Warrens is also a part of the ABC Highway. This is the Saul gas station over here again, which was once Shell. Warrens is a part of the ABC Highway, which runs from the Grandy Adams Airport in the south to the University of the West Indies to the west. This road here to the left here will take you back to the University of the West Indies at Chaffette campus, which is to the west. So we are in close proximity to the University of the West Indies at Chaffette campus. And this is the Darcy Scott roundabout. This is the western end of the Warrens area where most of the activity is. Simpson Motors roundabout, the Darcy Scott roundabout, which is known as the Oblong about, which is sponsored by Simpson Motors. Simpson Motors is just up the hill here. This is Simpson Motors right here. Car dealership, which is the agents for Suzuki vehicles. They also specialize in Mitsubishi, Isuzu, Chevrolet, and Mercedes-Benz vehicles. Simpson Motors moved to Warrens in 1988 after it relocated from Hansberry Road, out there by the Globe Cinema. It moved to the Warrens area. That was one of the first establishments in the Warrens area, long before the area developed into what it is now. And the Saul gas station over here, the Saul head office. Saul stands for Simpson or Limited. Saul is the same guy that owns Simpson Motors. So Kiffin Simpson is the same guy that owns the Saul gas stations. And this is the Saul head office, this blue and yellow building, which was best referred to as the International Trading Center, ITC, before Saul bought it over. Simpson Motors was established in 1972 at Hansberry Road for the Globe, but after it outgrew its Hansberry Road location, then it moved to Warrens in 1988. That was when the Warrens area was now developing into a business and commercial hub. So this is the ABC Highway. The ABC Highway was the plan of Barbados' second Prime Minister, Tom Adams, who wanted the highway to be built for motorists to have easy access to the industrial estates. The highway started in the mid 80s and it was completed by 1989. You can see the eastern end of the Baobab Towers now, which is the other end, taking you back to St. Thomas by Wanakar Plaza. And you can see the Williams Towers here, which is head office for Digicel here in Barbados. This is all the ABC Highway. Sadly, Tom Adams did not live to see the highway completed because he died 4 years before the completion of the highway. This is Chaffette Restaurant here again. Looking back at the Williams Towers. Chaffette, as I said before, is a Barbadian-owned Barbadian restaurant, but it is not owned by a Barbadian. It is owned by a Trinidadian national by the name of Asad John Hallouk, but he has a number of outlets here in Barbados, with 14 outlets. Chaffette is similar to Kentucky, but it has more to it. It doesn't only sell chicken, it sells rotis, beef and potato roti, or just plain potato or anything like that. This is the Massey Supercenter Mall. It was Supercenter first, and then in 2015 or so it was bought over by Massey, the Massey group of companies, and it was later renamed the Massey Stores. All the Supercenter supermarkets were bought over by Massey. The Williams Towers here again, which is head office for Digicel, and the ACH&B hardware is down at the bottom floor. So, as I said before, back on the ABC Highway issue, Tom Adams did not live to see the highway completed. He died 4 years before the completion of the highway. The highway was completed by 1989 and Tom Adams died in 1985. So he did not live to see the highway completed. And this is the Massey Dome car park, which was once Galaxy Motors. As I said before, Galaxy Motors took over the Mitsubishi vehicles after the closure of Fort Royal Garage in 1999, which was in Bridgetown. They moved up there. And the coconut vendors and other vendors sell along the highway as well. Back to the Unemployment Bureau and the government offices, the Massey stores, and the Massey Dome Mall, where you will come across a branch of First Caribbean Bank. And you can see the eastern end of the Baobab Towers in the background. And we can see the First Caribbean Bank at Warrens, which was once Warrens Great House. That is to the eastern end. Now approaching the eastern end of the Warrens area. This is the Massey Dome Mall, and the First Caribbean Bank is also in there. And this building here, the First Caribbean Bank, which was once Warren's Great House. First Caribbean, CIBC First Caribbean, and it's also a CIBC First Caribbean Bank in here as well. First Caribbean Bank headquarters. I mean the Massey Dome Mall, the First Caribbean Bank in it. And this is the First Caribbean Bank headquarters up in Warrens, at the former Warrens Great House. And this is the western end of the Warrens area now, closest to the parish of St. Thomas. This is the Everton Reach roundabout. And this is the Warrens Polyclinic over here, known as the Eunice Gibson Polyclinic. It was supposed to be a crematorium back in the 70s when it was first built, but the late Prime Minister Eric Barrow said it was too close to the road, so he decided to change it into a polyclinic. So this is the Everton Beach roundabout to the western end of the Warrens area, to the eastern end, closest to St. Thomas, the First Caribbean Bank headquarters at the former Warrens Great House. Thanks for watching now and have a blessed evening.